My name is Jake. I've lost everything I ever loved. My mother, my fiance, my home. Grief is my curse, but also my gift. I walk this broken world, carrying the weight of pain and helping others carry theirs. I am Jake. I am Grief Guy.
The Adventures of Grief, Guy, Chapter 2, Blood, Milk, and Ghosts. Jake barely slept. He sat in a wooden chair with a broken leg, wedged in the corner of the kitchen where he could see the front door and the hallway. Old instincts. Military, maybe. Or prison. Or both. The apartment was heavy with ghosts. Not the kind that rattle chains or slam doors. The quiet ones. The kind that whisper to little girls in their sleep. The kind that live in bruises nobody asks about. Maya slept curled on the couch, wrapped in a blanket Jake had found in a box marked XMAS. She'd eaten 2 bowls of cereal and cried until her face went numb. Now, she looked like a kid again, small, fragile, just trying to stay invisible in a world that liked to break things that don't fight back. Jake turned his attention to the father, passed out cold in the bedroom, door wide open, belt still lying on the floor like a coiled thread. Jake had stood there a while, just watching, making sure, memorizing the shape of the man's breath, the way the whiskey bottle rested in his hand like a weapon or a lover. There were 2 bottles on the nightstand, one full, one empty. Jake thought about taking them both and smashing them in the sink, but that would only make more noise, more mess, more danger for her. Instead, he made coffee, strong and bitter, drank it black from a chipped mug with number 1 Dad printed in faded red letters. The next morning, Maya woke up with swollen eyes and no questions. Jake offered her breakfast. She shook her head. "Can we go now?" she asked. Jake nodded. "Where?" "I don't know. Just not here." Jake slung his bag over his shoulder. "All right." They were almost out the door when the voice called from the hallway. "You take 1 fucking step with my daughter." Jake turned slowly. The man stood in his boxers, one eye bloodshot, knuckles white around the belt in his hand. Jake didn't flinch. He stepped between Maya and the man. "You touch her again," Jake said, voice cold and calm, "and I'll bury your name so deep nobody remembers you existed." The man hesitated. It wasn't fear exactly, more like recognition, as if for the first time, he realized that Jake wasn't like the other men he used to scare. Jake was death that walked away from the grave. The man didn't speak again. They walked to a corner cafe, the kind with sticky tables, gospel music playing too loud through dusty speakers, and one waitress who knew everybody's business. Jake ordered 2 plates of eggs and toast. Maya picked at hers. Jake ate all of his in silence. "You do this often?" she asked finally. "Saving people." Jake shook his head. "I don't save anybody. I just show up." She narrowed her eyes. "You talk like a ghost." Jake sipped his coffee. "Maybe I am." He took her to a shelter. Women only. He knew the kind. High walls, old rules, locked doors, run by nuns who'd seen everything and still managed to pray. The head sister, a short, steel-spined black woman named Sister Leona, took one look at Maya and didn't ask a single question. She opened the door wide, handed her a blanket, and told her she was safe now. Jake waited outside. Sister Leona came out after a while, arms crossed. "You the one who brought her?" Jake nodded. "She said you fought off 3 men in an alley and stared down her daddy." like you were death itself. Jake said nothing. She also said you didn't ask for her name or her story. Jake shrugged. Didn't need to. Sister Leona studied him. You military? I was a long time ago. You running from something? Jake looked up at the sky. Overcast. No birds. Not anymore. She nodded. Well, you've done enough for one day. Go rest, wanderer. Let the healing be someone else's job. Now Jake smiled for the first time in weeks. Just barely. He walked away from the shelter and down the cracked sidewalk, hands in his coat pockets. No destination, no plan. Just that familiar ache in his chest. Like something else was calling. Somewhere else was breaking.
I'm still here, so nigga have no fear. With the heat turned on, I'm so cold.